And all of you people behind the glass plate at the back of the hall, are you ready? Bonus point if you know where that came from. Lyle might. Right. Selected crude oil prices in national currencies. Going back to '08, you can see the big dive down, and they were all linked together, these different colours. What are these different colours? WTI in dollars, because that's the blend that the Americans drink. Brent in euros, Dubai in Japanese yen, and Dubai in Chinese yuan. And you can see they've come apart, but that's mainly because the currency values have come apart as opposed to the value of the blends. Something like that. Anyway, think about it. But you can see the trend down from the bottom is definitely up, and the Brent in euros is the interesting one. It's up and over the price it was at that peak in 2008. That's what we're suffering here in the Euroland. And all the poor countries like Greece and Portugal and Spain and Italy have got to cope with that, among so many other things. Right, I've chopped this Grigor chart up. This is the EIA, the American outfit. Government, isn't it, really? Global average annual oil production, 2001 to 2011. I've chopped out the middle because coming up to that first one in 2004, it's quite a big rise. So it's a very tall chart, so I've cut out the bottom of it and put the dates in. I'm giving you this, although you will have seen it before, because the EIA have just revised up or down all their figures for the last dozen or so years. So these are the best that they can get. And it's that plateau that this shows on the revised data. 73.67 in 2005, and we're at 73.966 at the moment. And that's global average annual crude oil production. OPEC and non-OPEC, everybody, all poured into that. Right, RITA, the Research and Innovative Technology Administration of the Bureau of Transport, United States of America. Average fuel efficiency of US light-duty vehicles. There is all sorts of vehicles you can get the fuel efficiency of. Looking at this, I'll show you where we're going. I've highlighted in yellow, obviously, where we're going to first light-duty vehicle short wheelbase. But if you see that I've highlighted 1980 first is 16. This is the average fuel efficiency, so these would be miles per gallon. 16 miles per gallon in 1980, bumped up to 20 miles a gallon by 1990. So that's a good bit of fuel efficiency between 80 and 90, 16 up to 20.3. And then we get all the years up to 2009. So that's in 10 years, 80 to 90, we went 60, 16 to 20. And then in the next 20 years, we went 20 to 23.8. I think that's piss poor. Obviously, it wasn't the intention of them to get more fuel efficiency, so it's not really piss poor, it's just what it is. And so again, 1980 to 1990 on light-duty vehicles, the long wheelbases went from 12.2 to 16.1, a good percentage increase of fuel efficiency, 80 to 90. 20 years later, it's gone from 16.1 to 17.4. Piss poor or just what it is. Passenger cars 24 to 28, 80 to 90, and then 28 to 32.9. You can say 28 to 32.9 is not bad, but in 20 years, 28 and now it's at 32.9. It is what it is. Moving on. Okay, and if you follow this, if you get the idea that you like this way of writing or something, this chap's written 3 or 4 articles all on the same subject of energy and all the problems pertaining to that, and it's really in-depth, nicely written stuff. I've just pulled out one paragraph from the latest, And you can see it starts at number 3. Ramping up clean energy supply can't be done fast enough to keep us within our carbon budget. Certainly not in the short to mid-term, if at all. So we've got to use less energy. There are 2 ways to reduce energy demand. Reduce the energy intensity. Now you've got to read the articles to get exactly what energy intensity is of the global economy, and or reduce the growth of the global economy. 5. Substantially reducing global energy intensity turns out to be extremely difficult, thanks in part to the rebound effect. And again, read the articles to find out what the rebound effect is. So we get 6. If energy intensity can't be reduced quickly enough, then the only answer left, other than failing to stabilize global temperatures at all, which I'm sure will be chosen, is slowing GDP growth. And that just encapsulates what 4 long articles say. But you can just forget this by saying global warming is horse feathers. Right, this is from Reuters. Interesting facts about natural gas, because there's a great whooshy glut of it in the United States at the moment. Prices and costs. Current US future price gone under $2. I keep going to say barrel, but it's 1,000 cubic feet. $2 a 1,000 cubic feet. All-time low was $132, and that was back in 1995. The high, surprisingly high when you think about it, was over $15. 10-year average is about $6. Current price paid in Asia is $16, and in Europe nearly $10, and you're getting it for under $2. Big producers are ExxonMobil, Chesapeake, and Darko, Devon, and Encana. Top 5 producing states: Texas, Alaska, Louisiana, Wyoming, and Oklahoma. Top 5 producing countries: the US, Russia, Iran, Algeria, and Canada. How natural gas is used in the United States. 34% of the natural gas used in the United States is to generate electric power. 30%, slightly less, to heat boilers and make chemicals, fertilizers and plastics. 21% to heat homes, cook, dry clothes and heat water. 14% by office buildings, restaurants and shops, and 0.1% to power trucks, buses and other vehicles. This is a political graph, but we'll take it just for what it is. It says something about Obama, doesn't it? Yeah. Employment in oil and gas extraction industry growing under Obama. Has he been attacked for attacking oil and gas production and saying they're losing jobs or something? I don't know. And this has been produced to say, no, the jobs are being created in the oil and gas extraction industry, and you can see it there. That is the only one that's the great big sticky up one, increasing at over 15%. I imagine that's year over year, is it? Percent change in number of employees on payroll, 15% up year on year. And all of the other things are flat in comparison. Yep, you're going for more oil and gas. For me, going to the UK, Britain, next week, driving, daily car travel miles per capita in Britain, 1949 to 2010, and you can see it's the same as the United States. Uppity up, up. Leveling off, actually, didn't it? Lately, not going up as quickly, and now has turned down. So there won't be as many cars on the road, and it won't be absolutely hell like it normally is. I'm travelling on a Sunday going up, and I'm coming back on a Sunday, because I don't like the British roads. There's nobody on the roads of France. Everyone's on the roads of Britain. Right, and we'll finish with this, the limits of growth. There's the new book out revising the 1972 book, and this is the famous chart that seems to be popping up everywhere. Basically, 72 limits of growth said look, there's so much wrong with this, and this, that we are not going to get growth in the future, and we're going to project out how it's all going to fall apart, go down. And everyone said, oh, you're just like Malthus, and if you're like Malthus, that means you're wrong, so we'll find all sorts of ways to show how you're wrong. And they just absolutely savaged the 72 book, very unfairly, using unfair ways of savaging it. This chart basically shows that so far the 72 book has been right, and the revision shows that they're right and sticks to most of their projections. And yes, with the increase in population, the dropping amount of energy, so far new genius miracle technologies haven't come on to say, don't worry, we'll take over and everything will be all right. So far, projections are still things will not be all right. Bye.